But now, what is education? Education has become just the screen of the computer.
So why don't we make online education a fun thing? So why don't they?
It's not very active. Stay into lessons like every child. They like say, "Oh my gosh, what the hell? This is so boring."
Start to wear spectacles these days? It's all because of the screen of your device.
But in nowadays, teachers like telling and telling and telling and telling. Honestly, even I cannot understand what teacher's saying as teacher is trying to catch the express train.
That's true because it's the worst nightmare. Like,
Yeah.
also, yeah.
You know if this child is working or not. Hurts our eyes, so we all agree on that. The good thing is that the child can just open the video and just go around. And the teacher, could she notice? No.
That it's a good thing to actually do these like fun activities and stuff in the middle of the lesson.
When the mother goes out,
Hi everyone. So, do you have an encounter with online learning and mental stress? So, like we have coronavirus and stuff. So now we are doing online learning. So today's topic is gonna be online learning, mental stress for kids, and how to decrease this mental stress. So we have lots of way. Even me, we all of have nationwide this COVID-19 pandemic, which starts at 2019 December from China, Wuhan. It started to spread like the nationwide. So it's a global big situation for us. So now we can't go to work. We need to actually we do online stuff. Now we just watch the computer and stuff. We don't do anything. We can't go out and do some like exploring and stuff. We can't do those now. We need to wait until the pandemic stops. So now we started online work. Now I'm going to start about the mental stress of online learning. Like now most companies such as Zoom and Microsoft Teams and classes in Modo, they have already got very much in the top level because of the corona situation. They are being more boosted. So now every kid gets mental stress, not only me but for the nation global wide. So this is a big problem to stop this pandemic. Now it's been like 1.5 years or something because after this started. So I'm today welcoming my participants which are Metuaki, Suvinaya, Tilodaki and Mutula. So I'm warmly welcoming you to the Fly with Yenu YouTube channel. So first I need to give a clap to let's give a clap to Metuaki who introduced today's topic. So what do we have an encounter with online mental stress, Metuaki?
Yeah, a lot.
So sometimes do you have to like do it sometimes like what are the stresses in those situations? What are they?
A lot of homework, you see, because the teachers know this Word technology and PowerPoint technology, we get a lot of homework.
Yeah, that's true. That's a correct point because actually we need sometimes we get stuck and we may do the work we get more longer. That network issues we all have this. So it's like it's not a problem for like to blame for us because it's just we are technology. No, we are not real life. They are not life things. So Metuaki, what do you have some experiences about online learning?
I have like many very sad and stressful situations where we get a lot of homework and because the teachers know this Word technology, PowerPoint technology and everything, we get a doesn't work. We just listen to the teacher through the whole 1.5 hours, and then the teacher sends us through the WhatsApp group a presentation for us to write. It's really, you know, stressful. I don't actually like it personally, and I know every kid doesn't like it. So I thought of going to my point through some steps, like, you know. Okay, so my first step is, what is a child? A child is, in my view, is a empty pot which grabs anything around it to fill itself. Don't you think so? If there is stealing stuff and scolding people and fighting around it, the child will just grab them and fill it. If there's music and entertainment, if there's slaughter everywhere, then the child will grab them inside it. So, who is the person who are the people, most correctly, that give these things which hover about in the air? Well, the people are your parents, your neighbors, elders, your siblings, and everyone who live around you. They give these things to you. Second of all, in my view, I see the child as a lump of clay which has to be molded. Who molds the lump of clay? Education, learning. That's what the child is molded by. So, now, normal education, we go to school, we have friends, we talk with teachers. But now, what is education? Education has become just the screen of the computer. Well, we learn online. I see many disadvantages in learning online. Why? Because, well, you see, when you do a little naughty thing, you have to do naughty things when you're kids, right? When you do a little naughty thing, you get like patted on the head. I mean, when you're little, patted on the head, and your teacher advises you. But now, can you do that online? No, right? And the naughty thing you can do is sometimes on your mic to disturb class or just leaving the session. I see many disadvantages in online learning. Like, how can the teacher know if this child is working or not? Maybe the child at the start of the lesson can just type a message saying, "Teacher, my mic is not working." And then she or he can just off the video and just go skimming around the house, singing, dancing, or even having a bath. Does the teacher know this? No, right? How can she? And think, if you're just not good at math, you need to learn that, right? You need to ask your teacher questions. And if you're not like unmuting your video, your teacher never knows your facial expressions, which like prove a lot that you understood or didn't understood it. You see, the teacher just teaches and teaches and teaches the whole lesson, and then she just says goodbye, stay safe, children, don't go out, and then leaves the session. That's not nice. The teacher never knows if the children understood it. So, I thought of another thing. Health. You hear many people talking about health these days. This blue light in the computer screen where you spend most of your time now is not good for your eyes. Not good for your eye health. And yeah, well, I see that really, well, didn't you see that many of your friends, your neighbors, your friends, your relatives have started to wear spectacles these days? It's all because of the screen of your device. Can't you understand? I know you can. I see this as a really big stress.
Okay, Metuaki, so it's actually true, like the teachers just they, even when you like off your video, sometimes you don't need to like, the teacher doesn't actually do know what are we doing there. Sometimes we can be walking around like or sleeping in our bed, and hey, that's true. Also, sometimes we do that when we are little. It's not like it's not very active. Like it's very much of a, like when I sometimes stay into lessons, like every child they like say, "Oh my gosh, what the hell is this? This is so boring." It's like that every time in school. You can't say those things, no, because when a teacher is teaching, you pay like you pay attention to the teacher, because like you can't do anything, no, the teacher's watching, so you can't do any bad things. So that's a very true point.
Because learning is all actually an active process. You can't do it too online properly.
Yeah. So, Vinaya, so what do you think about? Have you even skipped some lessons like in the middle of the class or something? Have you skipped some of those?
I had not skipped any lessons, but some kids do. I have seen that some kids do that. So that's because they don't like online education. So teachers know that kids do not like online presentations. So why don't we make online education a fun thing? So why don't they? We have to make online education a really fun thing. So, but it hasn't done. So in this case, what I do is after an online class, what I do is I spend time with my pets. So that really helps my mind to cool down, and I try searching new things in the laptop, and I spend time outside a little bit until the next class starts, and I make stories in my mind, and sometimes I write stories even. So there is I have an instruction for teachers. When a teacher says that we are gonna take a quiz from someone tomorrow or next week, that student, yes, the student's mind becomes really sweaty, really tired on that moment even, because that student knows what happens next. So why do we do that? So I have a little tip. No, you all know Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the game show. I think you all know the Sri Lankan Sinhala version of that, Lakshapati. So, yeah, Sirisa Lakshapati. So, why don't we make quizzes in the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire format? Can you please show us the presentation? Almost every kid watches that TV show. So it will be a surprise, and it will be really interesting to everyone. And this is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire question that I made from PowerPoint. So there are YouTube videos on how to make these kind of PowerPoint presentations. So teachers can watch them and make these kind of questions, and kids will be really interested. Is not the answer. So let's reveal the answer. So recently, I did a research on the topic of the struggles that students get when studying online. So from that research, that report is not released yet, but from that research, what I took to my mind is that lots of students do not like online education because they are so boring. When we are at school, in the physical school, imagine that the teacher teaches us geography and she can show us the world globe and everything. But in the online platform, if the teacher shows us the world globe, we can see only a quarter or a half, and it will be so boring. So we can make these kind of quizzes, and unclear presentations is what I think students become bored.
Yeah, that's true because it's the worst nightmare. Like,
Yeah.
also, yeah. Yeah, so seriously, Lakshapati, I watched that also. Like, it's very fun actually. You get money when you solve different problems, and it's like, yeah, it's very active. Like, it's good for kids
Yeah.
to when they study the normal. Then when we give a test without doing on papers, you can just simply ask by the that Lakshapati like PowerPoint presentation. That's a
Yes.
very helpful tip. I like that. That's the point.
Thank you.
Okay, so the Tiloda Aki. So also, what encounters do you have? Do you skip lessons? What do you think about online? Is it boring? Is it what are the happiness things? And so yeah,
So I don't skip lessons because I need to learn. But learning also, there is a kind of average. A person should like that a person said that by looking at an online lesson and a school class, and that person said like when you are in a school physical class, even the teacher can see you and teacher can notice that she's bored or he's bored, this person is bored, this person did not get what I said, like that, like that
like chatting.
teacher knows what is the person is thinking. But in online class, as there's a black screen and sometimes the mics are disabled, the cameras are disabled, and we can turn on our cameras, and when you're like that, and when teacher said that points like catching an express train, the child have to like take the points to his head slowly, and teacher also have to know that the person have to like know what the teacher have to give children what slowly the points slowly and understood under like telling examples for them and taking experiences of life experiences like that, then the person can learn and understand. But in nowadays, teachers like telling and telling and telling and telling. Honestly, even I cannot understand what teacher's saying as teacher is trying to catch the express train. And I also like get frustrated because of that teacher's fastness of that telling points.
Yeah, sometimes like you
Yeah.
sometimes when they get stuck, they blah 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 like it go like quickly. That's true. Also we also the chat messages, they are very much distraction now. There's a chat in this meeting also. Every meeting has chats. I don't know why. They sometimes in Zoom they have direct messages. They can send messages to others without the teacher seeing it. It's what direct message is called. It's a very much of a bad tip actually. In the Microsoft Teams, they only have just the chat. So then, Mutula, what do you also do? You have encounters? What are the hateful stresses and what are the most disturbing and stuff? And the lessons? How are they creepy? How they creep our minds? Like horror comes like that.
Yes, so we all know that when we are when we are just staring at a computer screen or phone screen or the device we are using to get this online learning, it hurts our eyes. So we all agree on that. So usually a child stays on the screen to about 5 to 6 hours a day. That's
Wow.
very, very bad. You can't just, the child, the good thing is that the child can just off the video and just go around. And the teacher, could she notice? No,
No.
because the video is off. But the thing the teacher can notice is that the video is off. Usually, in most classes, they just tell the children to turn on their video. Sometimes they tell them to off their one, but usually they ask them to only turn on the video because they will tell them to on if their cam is off. That's because you can just off the cam, go around. That's not something that
Disadvantage.
is very bad about online learning.
So yeah, Mutule, like if we don't on the camera, we can do like we don't have any attention to the lesson. We don't know what are they doing like in the White Leaf Academy, but we actually on our videos. We don't do lessons without actively participating. Then the teacher can see what the child is doing. Who if they someone else, they tell them to on the video. So that's a very much of a thing. Now let's talk about the advantages. We don't need to talk about the disadvantages all time because online learning is sometimes, yeah, it's every kid says it's bad. It's because I'm also saying it's a bit of a stressful thing to me. It's true. So now let's look at the advantages.
Yeah. If you get the advantages, the teacher can show, YouTube videos about whatever the teacher is talking to the child. If you're going physically to school, the teacher can't show any pictures or videos or anything. But now in online lessons, the teacher can show videos, pictures, and things. That is a really big advantage I see in online lessons. Yeah, and have you noticed that some children come from, far away places from the school, and now they can save the time they used to traveling to like studying or just aesthetic activities or something. I just see that as a little advantage also.
Yeah, when you come to late school, you miss the other parts, and when you just wake up and you just brush your teeth and wipe and wear some clothes and go on to lesson in the screen. You don't need to go. That's also very good advantage. Otherwise, you can miss some of the lesson and you might get low marks and stuff. That's a bad advantage for that's a good advantage for children and also for parents that also their child can't memorize all the things that the teacher said because he didn't or he or she didn't hear all the things. So Mutula, what are the advantages in your side of online learning?
So I think one of the best advantages is that the teacher who is doing the lesson can memorize all the children at one view. Like in a physical class in the school, sometimes she can't see everybody. Like some children, she can't see the back seats because they are covered in the other children. But in this online learning, like in Zoom, you can put a gallery view option to see all the students, and that way you can just see everybody, and not like in a physical class or something like that. You can't see, sometimes you can't see everybody, like someone in the back seat because all the other children are there. Another advantage I see is that these teachers can actually now in a physical class, the teacher has to just write things in the blackboard and give the homework that way. But in this thing, they are in this online learning session, she can just send some sort of document to the group, and
Assignment.
usually say in some schools they say, but usually in some schools they just send it, and we don't waste too many time there.
Yeah, also it takes a lot of time for the teacher to write the things on the board, the questions sometimes where there's lots of children, uh, like yeah, it's some like big schools, there are lots of children. Sometimes some can't, even the teacher can't see if someone's writing or something, but then we shall learn and do it. Where you need to, sometimes you can lower the flap of the machine and show the teacher that is writing. If the camera is off, then that's a sneak. So, Suvinaya, what are the advantages of this?
Yeah, yes, I see a lot of advantages because of this online learning. We get a lot of advantages when learning. We can do virtual activities, and the other thing is, you all know that some students' parents are really busy in their office, and in the school, parents cannot see that there's what the answers, what the answers the students give to the teachers. But in this online platform, parents can hear the answers that the kid give to the teacher. So the parents can get a lot of information about the kid. And the other thing is, students will be super creative when this pandemic is over because of this online learning. So those are the advantages I see from disadvantages.
Yeah, so yeah, when parents are near us, sometimes when we go to school, when we don't when we don't get a chance to speak an answer, so then our marks can get cutted. Even if we get a
Yeah,
chance, we don't speak. Even when the parents are there, they can just tell, go, talk, tell the answer. Then, yeah, they can get very creative in there.
yeah.
Okay, so Tilodaki, what are the advantages in your side?
In my side, what Netu, Muthugan, Sumit taught are my advantages actually. Those are the advantages that I also see in online lessons. Like teachers can, even teachers can make questions and type questions in presentations, and even she can show videos for us, in presentations. But in schools and physical classes, it's very hard to watch a video, as teacher has teachers phones, and there are lots of children, and by a little phone we cannot watch a video. So that's another advantage that I see from online lesson.
I have a little bit of view of this because I don't usually have a lot of these. But I can tell you can just get socialized. You can easily talk to your friends or to your parents just by making a phone call. Just one little phone call. Just don't make yourself isolated. That will just make the stress even more harsh and terrible. Another thing is to get organized. Now you are just in front of the screen getting your things ready, and the teacher says to write. Now you still hadn't get your things fully ready. The pencil is there, the eraser is there. So you have to get this ready. Like you had to, you just brush your teeth, eat something, put on your clothes, and quickly put your pencil, eraser, and get all them ready. So if the teacher has to write something on your book, you can just take the pencil. You don't have to run around to take it. Another thing is to eat well, like something like healthy meals, no junk food actually. Other things are like to eat healthy fruits, fruits especially, vegetables, and all the other meals of the day. That way you can just decrease all this stress. Another way is to exercise, like ride a bike in your free time, just walk around the house, like get out your chair and stretch. Sometimes you can even just walk in just one place. No, you don't have to just go round and round around the house. You can just walk in the space.
Yeah.
So I think that is a little bit of way to decrease all of this stress.
Yeah, that's true. Like when like in the school we don't have like when we have interval and stuff, we only just eat food for lunch. So we don't get to the time to exercise. Some schools don't even offer play time even in the grounds or something, so that's a bad thing. And online there's sometimes we have breaks in the middle for the kids to not have lots of screen time. So yes, that's a development point. Yeah, you can just exercise, walk. I mean, not the dumbbell thing that everyone do. Just like run around, do some jogging, and do some stretches and stuff. You can do that by while watching some YouTube videos or something. You can, like when sometimes I do online lessons, even I get bored. Sometimes I get sleepy. Then I just I just hop with my father. I just run on the spot like that, and we do that pushing thing, and also then I get more active.
Imagine that mother is coming in front of his son and saying, son, you don't have any classes tomorrow. And the son is okay. When the mother goes out, so we have to make it like this. Son, you don't have any classes tomorrow. And the son, okay. So when mother goes out, oh, why don't we have classes tomorrow? We have to make it like that. So how to make that? I have an idea to give surprises daily or rarely or weekly, anytime surprises which is connected to the knowledge, and the kid and the student is joining his or her online classes really interested and curious.
Yeah. So yeah, when you get holidays, like sometimes you really hate lessons and you actually just like sometimes skip a whole day of lessons. I mean, or just a day. Then like you say, yeah, there's no yeah, lesson එකක් නෑ මට මේ like you know we don't have a lesson where the lesson is cancelled.
Even parents and teachers have to know that even your child needs a break. So in that break, what you have to do is the best thing. The best thing that you have to do is like do the activity that your child loves the most, the hobby that he or she loves the most, or the activity or the exercise or the things that your child loves the most. So the child doesn't get any mental stress as she or he is doing her favorite thing or his or her favorite thing. So like that. Or we could play with our, if you have pets, we could play with our pets. Or if you don't have pets, don't be worried because even your parents, you have parents now. So when your parents are free, you can play with them.
Actually, you need to have some kind of break like that. Otherwise, it can be very harmful for your child to have such a long meeting and stuff. Like we need to do the funnest, I mean, the funnest activities in a like in a day. Like we can play hide and seek with, if we have brother, we can play hide and seek, or we can spend time with if you don't have brothers, like you can do an activity of your own, just play the keyboard or like do something and something new, a research on your laptop or smartphone. So the person who doesn't have a sister or brother doesn't get bored. So my point to develop this is like if we have just one day, like now we have school actually, like in some schools they give breaks on day, like from Tuesday they start on Monday, then there's a break on Tuesday, then there's Wednesday and Friday. Only those 3 days. Some schools. The other days they give homework or just a free interval time. So yeah, those lessons are good, and to make it a more happy place, we need to actually just we need to do fun activities. I hear lots of fun things going around because fun is what makes us happy and active emotional things. But it's not good to always do fun things. I mean, to just jumble those up and like do like fun activities and learn something new that you haven't learned. Like in math, sometimes you can do something fun like playing a game of counting. Like if you pick the correct answer, like in the series Lakshapati, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you pick one of answers and you get some money. So that like that, if schools are behaving like that, it's perfect for children. They would like it. They would say to cancel holidays, then they could get more knowledge into their brain, and when they become big, they could have multiple, very much of a big talented brain.
I think that we all should see the good sides and the bad sides in anything. I've read a book called What Katie Did, and in that, a character says that you have to seize the good handle in each and everything. In a person, there can be a rough handle and a smooth handle. You have to get hold of the smooth handle. Some people just get hold of the rough handle and just blames the thing for it. Is that the thing's fault? No, right? It's like the corona pandemic. You just have to get hold of the smooth handle. You just have to use your free time to, because some people say, oh, I wish I went to school. Oh, I wish I went to school. Oh, I wish I. Just stop telling that. You can just learn a new thing, an instrument or anything, household work or some educational stuff in the free time that you just waste wailing. Oh, I wish. It's not useful. So if I talk about what you all said, that on in video, I have seen that these less privileged areas cannot on their videos, these children, because you see, Wi-Fi is all money for them. Just how much ice cream can people, these children get for all these devices and Wi-Fi things? So I just thought of just off your video, and when the teacher asked, "Don't you think so? Don't you think so? What is this?" So I told you this before. What do you think this is? With the name, the teacher can know if this student is active, and yeah. So I think from the corona pandemic, we should get the advantages of it. We should always get hold of the smooth handle without getting hold of the rough handle.
If a teacher is watching this or a parent is watching this, what I ask from you is, please, I know that you know that we are unhappy when it comes to online classes. Please make it happier so that the teacher is happy and the student is really happy and the education is successful. Please do that.
Yeah, that's called Happy Mind, Happy Child. It's a very, it's very much of a nice quote.
So, last but not least, to the end of the discussion, I would like to say to all the parents and the teachers who are watching this, if your child, the student is stressful, the teacher, the parent is also becoming stressful. But if the child is happy, the teacher can be happy. Oh, my student is happy. So you must find new things to make your children happy.
Yeah, so thank you Metuakki, Tilodakki, Mutula and Suvinaya for participating today's discussion session. So we'll hope to see you again on another discussion. So thank you. Like, subscribe and share with your friends. So see you again. Bye. Bye.
Bye.